Hi everyone, welcome back to another cooking video. Today, this recipe is a bit special because it's a Ramadan edition. We will be making Turkish-inspired lentil soup. It's perfect for berbuka as a starter before you go for tarawih, and it's also perfect for sahur. It is warm, it is very filling, it's got all your fibers and protein, so it will keep you full for longer. This is the ingredients. Ada carrot and ada potato. I use red split lentils and it's washed and soaked for about half an hour. Onions, garlic, chili and some coriander for some aroma. And of course, panaskan minyak dalam 1 or 2 tablespoons. And for this recipe, there's no specific measurement, but I will be making quite a lot. And for this soup, I usually simpan dalam fridge and I panaskan lah. Keep panaskan. The longer you keep it, lagi sedap. Serious. So, as usual, you put all the aromatics in. You kacau-kacau sampai dia lembut. Sampai naik bau, sampai lembut. Kadang-kadang bila puasa, you jadi excited, right? You jadi macam semua benda nak makan. So, having a soup as a starter or as a light meal is good sometimes sebab yelah, macam-macam makan bulan puasa ni, nafsu membuak-buak. So lepas tu kita masukkan carrot and potato. Make sure you drain betul-betul sebab nampak tak ada air sikit, tapi tak apa, air ni akan evaporate. So kita panaskan dia, kita bagi dia warm it up a little bit and then masukkan lentils. Lentils ni in my opinion lagi banyak lagi sedap. Tapi jangan letak banyak sangat juga sebab nanti jadi terlalu pekat. Sebenarnya kentang ni pun terlalu banyak. Tapi kalau you nak buat banyak, letaklah banyak. Macam tu. There's no specific measurement. Ikut suka hati je. And then I letak tomato paste. Bagi dia ada rasa masam-masam and bagi colour dia cantik juga. And at this stage, it's perfect to put any extra seasonings that you like. I put mixed herbs. And I also put some mint. It's whatever you have in your pantry. Just because if not, it will be a bit dull. Kalau tak ada extra seasonings. I letak paprika juga. Nampak macam banyak kan? Tapi it's okay sebab this soup lasted me for a long time, and I letak a bit of white pepper for a bit of spice. Recipe, the original recipe is very simple. There's no much extra seasonings, but I like my food very flavorful, so I put extra seasonings, whatever you like. Okay, and then you mix it all together. Campur-campur bagi semua sebati. And tomato paste ni I suka bagi dia lama-lama sikit, gaul, bagi dia nampak cantik. Kalau tak nanti dia ada rasa macam pelik sikit. So I just make sure gaul semua elok-elok. Once everything looks a bit, everything's well coated, everything looks nice and colourful, you can letak air. Okay. So you letak air. It's up to you how much. It depends on berapa banyak you nak soup you. Okay. So I put this much, but you can always add more later on because the potatoes, they need the water. Kan? So that's how much I put. Kacau-kacau. Honestly, this recipe is so simple. The hardest thing about this recipe is to potong-potong and to wait for everything to jadi lembut, and you have to blend everything afterwards juga. and then letak cube ayam. I only put one because kejap lagi boleh letak lah your usual seasoning, your garam, your gula, but for now I just letak satu, and then we'll taste as you go along. I also put bay leaves, about 3 bay leaves. I don't really know what it adds, but I have a lot of bay leaves that I want to use up. And then gaul. And at this stage, really, you're done. Okay, you're done. There's nothing else to it. Tutupkan dia, bagi dia boiling. It takes quite agak lama sebab banyak. Nampak tak air tu dah merosot kan? Sebab kentang tu dah serap-serap semua air. Lama juga sebab letak banyak kentang, but sampai kentang lembut, sampai carrot lembut, then you're ready. That's it. So as I said, this is such an easy recipe. It's such a good recipe for you to have once a week. Kalau bukan tak puasa pun, I like this recipe sebab I don't eat lentils that much, so this is a nice recipe to incorporate lentils. So tadi I keluarkan bay leaves, and now I season to taste. I put more salt, and that's it really, and mix it all again. And then at this stage, I'm ready to blend. I use a hand blender. If you don't have one, I guess you can use a normal blender, tapi besar mana pula blender is your blender. So really a hand blender for this recipe is essential. There's no way other way around it. Then you blend, puree dia. The consistency should be macam canned tomato soup macam tu. So kalau you rasa terlalu pekat, boleh letak lagi air. And then I've just rasa juga, so I letak extra seasoning kalau perlu. And that's it, guys. That's all there is. So if you are someone who overeats macam I, kalau dah puasa, excited, having this soup as a starter is really good in my opinion, so you don't overeat too much on your meals. And if you don't have lentils in your diet, this is a perfect recipe to incorporate lentils. Of course, check for poison, check for taste, and all ready to serve. Ada tumpah sikit, please ignore, but as you can see how smooth the texture is, and how it's not cair, it's quite a substantial soup. Yep, and that is it. So I garnish sikit dengan coriander sebab bau wangi. Ni boleh letak lemon juice sikit bagi ada rasa masam, but it is perfect as it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I really hope you guys try this out for Ramadan or for your weekly day-to-day meal, and let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this recipe inspires you and takes you back to Istanbul. Bye!